A surprising news is coming into your. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says, I see everything. I see what they tried to do to you when no one else was watching. I see the words they whispered behind your back. I see the masks they wore pretending to love you while secretly hoping you would break. I see how many nights you cried into your pillow asking me if anyone truly loved you. I saw your pain, your hope, your confusion. And now it is time I reveal something so serious that even the angels are trembling. Michael is standing beside me now, and what he has just told me about you, about what's coming to your door, cannot be delayed even a second longer. That's why you are being ordered right now, without question, to open this message and take it into your soul with all your heart. Because it is not normal. It is not casual. It is not a test. This is a divine order. Archangel Michael says, open this right now before it's too late. A surprising news is coming into your house. And it's not from where you expect. There is a shift in the air around you. The spiritual realm has been stirred. Something has been released. A messenger has been dispatched to carry an envelope. Yes, an envelope carrying details that will alter your life's direction forever. And here's what you don't know. This envelope has your name on it, written not in pen, but in divine light. It cannot be intercepted. It cannot be delayed. It cannot be misunderstood. But if you ignore this moment, if you delay, if you choose to scroll past or close your heart in doubt, you will miss the moment where heaven literally walked through your front door and handed you your next season. Michael says this is extremely serious. He is not speaking gently today. He is raising his voice in command because he knows what's been hidden from you. He knows about the phone call someone made using your name. He knows about the signature that appeared on a document you never touched. He knows about the woman who swore to keep this secret buried until her last breath. But God says no more. He is tearing the veil. He is revealing the plan. And this is why the news entering your house is so shocking. It's a message you were never meant to see. A letter they paid someone to hide. A report with your name redacted. But now God is putting it in your hands and you must open it immediately. You've been wondering why you feel like you are being watched lately. You've felt the strange chills. The way the atmosphere changes in your house at night. You've heard the sudden creaks of the floor. You've had dreams that left you gasping. It's not coincidence. It's not imagination. Heaven has been trying to reach you. The angels have been circling. You are surrounded. But not by danger. You are surrounded by revelation. A truth so large, so heavy, so eternally important that the entire spiritual realm has paused, just waiting for you to open your eyes and receive what's about to be poured into your life. Michael says this moment was prophesied. A scroll was opened in heaven and your name was read aloud. The scroll stated the exact date and hour you would receive this message. This is not accidental. The time was written. The hour was sealed. And here you are, in the center of the divine fulfillment of that heavenly timeline. Your body is on earth, but your spirit is standing in the throne room, listening to this proclamation. My beloved, I have chosen you. And now what was stolen from you will be returned sevenfold. You need to understand something urgently. A woman you trusted was involved in the delay of your breakthrough. She smiled in your presence but concealed her jealousy. She knew what was promised to you. She knew that your calling would outshine hers. So she planted lies. She aligned with a man who has influence and access. Together they drafted a story. They made calls. They delayed letters. They withheld blessings. But they made one mistake. They underestimated the power of divine justice. And now their plan is crumbling. You were never forgotten. You were never disqualified. You were simply delayed for this divine moment. And now it is time. Michael says the angels are shifting files in your favor. He says he personally stood guard while heaven corrected your name on records that had been forged. He watched as God reattached blessings that had been rerouted. And he wept not because you were weak but because even after all you suffered you never stopped believing. You never stopped hoping. You never stopped waiting. And now the heavens are roaring your name. Open your hands. It's coming. It's coming now. The surprising news entering your house is not just financial though it carries abundance. It is not just relational though it reconnects you with someone you thought was gone forever. It is not just spiritual though it opens a doorway into the deepest peace you have ever known. It is all of these things and more. It is redemption. It is reversal. It is resurrection. That's why Michael's tone is not soft today. That's why he says don't you dare skip this. You have a tendency to say maybe later. But this cannot wait. The moment you delay is the moment darkness tries to step back in. You must stand firm. You must decide with full conviction that this is your hour. This is your miracle. This is your revelation. You are not reading this by chance. The spirit realm orchestrated this alignment. 1,000 chains have broken just so your heart could be free to read these words. 1,000 obstacles were moved so this message could find you right now. God says this is not small. This is the miracle you've begged me for delivered to your very doorstep. You may be wondering what do I need to do? God says the instructions are simple. Open your heart fully. Do not just skim this. Read it as if your life depends on it because in some ways it does. Your next direction. Your next connection. Your next restoration depends on how deeply you absorb this moment. Heaven has sent you the map. The door has been unlocked. Now all you must do is walk through. Receive it. Believe it. Declare it. Speak out loud. I receive what heaven has for me. I reject the lies told about me. I open my door to divine news. I will not fear. I will not delay. I am ready. Archangel Michael says the envelope being delivered into your house carries more than just information. It carries the release of generational healing. Someone in your family line made a covenant of silence, a vow to hide what happened decades ago. That silence became a curse. A spiritual blockage. But now the truth is being released, and as it is spoken, your entire bloodline will begin to shift. Watch what happens in the next 7 days. Someone who has not spoken to you in years will suddenly reach out. They may try to downplay it. But listen closely. Hidden in their words is a clue. A divine thread. Pull on it. Follow it. It will lead you directly to the truth. God says you have been set apart. You are not crazy for feeling like you didn't fit in. You weren't meant to blend. You were meant to break barriers. That's why they resisted you. That's why they gossiped. That's why doors were slammed in your face. But now the door that no man can shut is being opened by God Himself. And it leads straight to a throne room miracle. There is someone watching you from afar. They know what's about to come to you. They feel it. They've had dreams about it. They are afraid. Not because you are a threat, but because they know that once you rise, the truth will shine so brightly it will expose everything. That's why you were being spiritually attacked so intensely. That's why you couldn't sleep. That's why the dreams became so vivid. But all of that ends today. Because the divine order has been released, open it now. Let no fear stop you. The miracle entering your house will arrive in layers. First, a small sign. A message. A number that repeats. A face that appears unexpectedly. Then the confirmation. A deposit. A document. A revelation. Then finally, the full reward. A full circle moment that will leave you breathless with joy, tears, and awe. You'll whisper, "Only God could have done this." And He will say back, "I told you to trust me." Michael says the woman who tried to block this miracle is being silenced. Her access is revoked. Her influence is collapsing. You don't have to fight her. Heaven is handling it. Your job is simply to stay open and obedient. That's it. Don't retaliate. Don't fall into despair. You are not a victim. You are the chosen vessel for a miracle that is too large for human hands to stop. Now, listen closely. Before midnight tonight, something will shift in your home. You may hear a sound. You may sense something passed by. You may have a dream. Whatever happens, don't ignore it. It is the sign Michael promised. It is the confirmation that heaven has entered your space. The delivery has been made. And it is for you, and only you. Do not let fear block your hands from receiving. Do not let doubt steal what you've waited for. God says you are loved with a love so vast it cannot be measured. Every delay you endured is now being reversed. Every prayer you whispered is now being answered. Every accusation made against you is being dismissed. The courtroom of heaven has ruled in your favor. And the angels are rejoicing. But the key lies in this moment right now. Will you open your soul and receive what has been sent? Say it aloud again. I receive. I accept. I believe. I will not fear. I will not delay. I will walk boldly into what heaven has sent. I am ready. Michael says this is your divine appointment. Do not miss it. Do not miss it. The envelope is in your house. The truth is in your spirit. The miracle is on your doorstep. Open it now. Receive. It is done. My child, listen carefully now, because I am drawing you into a moment of divine revelation. A sacred unveiling. This is the part where your soul will feel the trembling of truth. The person you trusted, the one whose name you never questioned, the one you included in your prayers and thought of as family, they were not only hiding something. They were speaking something. And what they spoke was not confusion. It was a full confession. They said things behind your back that you would never expect from someone you treated with so much care. They described you with words that cut, poisoned, and cursed your path without you even knowing it. They said you were a burden. That you were selfish. That you always asked for too much. They told someone else that if you succeeded, it would ruin their plans. They said you were too blessed and that they feared you might surpass them. They used language soaked in jealousy. But what broke Michael's heart the most? What made him cry loudly before my throne? Was when they looked someone in the eye and said you don't deserve what's coming to you. That you didn't turn your favor. That it should have been them instead. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. My child, when Michael heard that, he fell to his knees. Not because you were weak, but because he knew how much you loved them. How much time you spent protecting their reputation, covering for them, giving them more chances than they ever deserved. He saw your loyalty. He saw how you ignored the warning signs because your heart wanted to believe in their good. You didn't want to believe they could feel that way about you. But they do. And they said it. And now it is written, heaven has recorded every word. My angels transcribed it not to shame them, but to protect you. Because there is a point where mercy must partner with truth and that time is now. There is a divine order that must be set in motion. And I tell you, what you are receiving now is the beginning of that order. They tried to say you were a liar, even when you stayed silent about their wrongs. They called you manipulative when all you did was set boundaries to protect your peace. They exaggerated small things you said and made others believe you had hidden motives. But I, your God, saw every quiet moment when you held back your pain just to keep the peace. I saw how you stayed quiet while they twisted the story. I saw how you forgave in secret while they slandered you in public. And now, I say, enough. This is the moment where the curtain is pulled back and you see who has truly stood with you. You're about to feel the sting of truth, but with it will come the oil of healing. You were never the problem. You were never too much. You were simply too bright for someone who was secretly threatened by your light. And now I speak directly to your heart. That confession, the one that broke Michael, the one that triggered this message, was made last week. It wasn't long ago. It wasn't years behind you. It is recent. Fresh. And the person who received the confession still has it, in writing. A message, a voice note, something they have saved. And that's why things have felt different around you. That's why some people stopped texting. That's why certain faces changed. It wasn't random. It was spiritual sabotage that started with a confession that was supposed to stay hidden. But I have exposed it because your time to rise has come. The person confessed that they envy how people love you. That they feel overshadowed by your presence. That they feel overshadowed by your presence. They said, I don't understand how everyone keeps choosing them over me. They cried, not because they were repentant, but because they felt powerless to stop your destiny. My child, do you understand now why this cannot wait? Why this is urgent? Michael heard it. His sword shook in his hand. He turned toward me and asked, Lord, how long must they endure this attack? And I said, Go now. Deliver the message. It must not be skipped again. You've been asking why your energy feels drained lately. Why your dreams are darker. Why you wake up with heaviness. It is because this person's confession created a shadow in your atmosphere. But now, as you are reading these words, light is breaking through. I am cutting through the spiritual fog. I am severing the attachment that their jealousy tried to form with your destiny. I am restoring what was stolen, and it begins with this revelation. You need to know that they didn't just speak to one person. They've spoken to three. 3 different people have heard their confession about you. One of them doesn't even know you personally, but they have already formed an opinion about you based on the conversation. My child, this is why you cannot delay. You must walk in the truth now, because the lies are multiplying in places you haven't even seen yet. But don't fear. Because while they are speaking behind your back, I am preparing to speak on your behalf in front of many. I am raising up voices that will defend you without you even asking. I am opening rooms where your name will be honored. I am lining divine connections that will silence every lie without you having to prove anything. Because this is how I vindicate my children. Not through revenge, but through undeniable favor. Michael is still crying, but now his tears are turning into a roar. He is not only weeping, he is fighting. Even as you read this, he is standing between you and the spiritual consequence of that confession. He is cutting off every demonic assignment that tried to use those words to stop you. He is surrounding your name in the spirit realm with a holy covering so that no curse can stick. And now, I ask you again, will you take this seriously? Will you finally open fully? Will you stop skipping Michael like he is just another messenger? Because what he carries is from me. And this message is not optional. It is survival. It is strategy. It is your miracle. You were meant to be further by now. Certain blessings should have reached you earlier, but their confession delayed some things. Not because they had more power than me, but because your openness was necessary for me to act. And now that you are listening, now that your heart is receiving, I will begin to accelerate everything that was slowed. The person, yes, that person you are thinking of, they have seen signs that you are about to rise. And in their panic, they began confessing their fears to someone they thought they could trust. But what they didn't know is that I have a spy in their circle. An angel assigned to observe. And everything they said has been brought into my court. There is no more secrecy. It has all been exposed. The moment they opened their mouth against you, they triggered a shift. And now that shift is arriving in your life. Your silence has been holy. You didn't retaliate. You didn't gossip back. And now I will reward you. Watch what happens next. I will show you the full scroll if you allow me. But the moment must be honored. You must stay awake now. You must walk with Michael, not behind him. He is handing you something even now, a spiritual document, sealed with gold. It says, "Here lies the truth they never wanted you to know." And inside that scroll is not only the confession, but also my strategy for how you will walk forward. How you will rebuild your trust. How you will protect your peace. How you will bless even those who cursed you, without becoming bitter. Yes, my child, I will do it through you. But I need you awake. I need you open. I need you to stop skipping. Because Michael's cry has echoed through heaven for weeks now. And finally, you are listening. Finally, the veil is thinning. Finally, the shift is beginning. And I will not stop until every word that was used against you is turned into fuel for your elevation. You have asked me many times, why does it feel like certain people distance themselves from me for no reason? You thought maybe it was something you did. You blamed yourself. You cried alone, thinking you weren't enough. But I tell you now, it wasn't your fault. The person who confessed about you did so not just to one person, but to several, and the words they used were carefully chosen to twist the truth, to poison the hearts of those who once supported you. They made it sound like concern. They said things like, "I'm worried about them," or "I just think you should be careful around them," all while knowing they were planting seeds of mistrust. These seeds grew into coldness, avoidance, and rejection, not because those people suddenly stopped loving you, but because they were manipulated by a lie that you didn't even know existed. The person who confessed, yes, you know them. Yes, you've trusted them. And yes, you will be tempted to deny it when you hear this fully. That's why Michael has been weeping, because this truth will shake you. But my child, you need to be shaken, not to be destroyed, but to be awakened. You need to be pulled out of the illusion that has been wrapped around you like fog. You need to see who has been sitting at your table while secretly feeding information to your enemies. They weren't always like this, but somewhere in their heart, envy began to grow. It started small, a seed of comparison, a whisper from the enemy saying, "Why do they get that blessing? Why not you?" And instead of coming to me with their pain, they let it fester until it became resentment. That resentment turned into secret conversation. And that secret conversation became a confession, not one of repentance, but one of betrayal. The words they used were cruel, not loud, not violent, but sharp like a knife dipped in honey. They made others believe that they were the victim, that you were someone to be questioned. Archangel Michael says, "I order you to open this right now." This is not normal. This is very serious. Don't skip this. A surprising news is coming into your house. Open immediately, receive. You might feel like nothing has been changing. You may feel like the days pass and the nights stretch, and still your prayers go unanswered. But the truth is, everything has already shifted. What you've been praying for, fighting for, crying for, fasting for, it's closer than it has ever been. This is not a metaphor. This is not symbolic. This is a direct message from heaven to you. A divine intervention is already on the way. The moment your soul opened this message, the heavens responded. There is movement in the spirit. Archangel Michael is standing at your gate. He has drawn his sword, not to harm, but to protect. To guard your miracle. To ensure that what is being sent to you will not be stolen, intercepted, or delayed another day. The delay has already lasted too long. You have waited with tears in your eyes. You have endured in silence. You have smiled while in pain. You have given, even when you had nothing left, and heaven saw all of it. You thought no one noticed the sacrifices you made in private, but every act of kindness, every silent suffering, every hidden prayer was recorded. You were not ignored. You were not forgotten. And now, in this very moment, the reward is coming. The surprising news that's about to enter your house is heaven's response to your endurance. It's God's way of saying, "Well done. I saw what you carried, and I saw that you didn't give up. Now I'm giving you more than what you lost." This isn't a small miracle. This isn't a minor breakthrough. What's coming will leave you breathless. There is someone who has been instructed by heaven to bless you. They are on their way. They do not even fully understand why they are drawn to you, but I, the Lord your God, have placed your name in their spirit. I have stirred their heart. They will bless you not out of pity, but because they feel a divine push they cannot explain. They may not know your story, but I do. And I have chosen this moment, this very hour, to change everything. Archangel Michael says the enemy has tried to block this. Demonic forces have tried to delay this miracle by planting confusion, distractions, fear, and weariness around you. But it's over now. Heaven has overruled. The divine courtroom has issued a final decision, and it is in your favor. The chains are broken. The curse is lifted. The dry season is ending. The heavy burden is being removed. You have carried pain that didn't belong to you. You've been attacked by people you tried to help. You've been mocked for still believing in miracles. But God says, you are not crazy for believing. You are correct. Your faith has made room for the impossible. Right now, the heavens are open. An angel is standing outside your home. That's surprising news. It's not a message. It's a manifestation. It's not words. It's action. A contract is shifting. A name is being erased. A door is swinging open. Something irreversible is happening on your behalf. No man can stop it. No power in hell can reverse it. What I, the Lord, have declared is sealed. I am the Alpha and Omega. I wrote your story before your first breath. I knew the pain you'd face. I knew the lies you'd hear. I knew how the enemy would try to break you. And yet, I chose you. I anointed you. I placed my hand on your life and I said, "This one is mine." This one will overcome. You were not created to be average. You were not made to simply survive. You were born for miracles. You were made to rise. Your testimony is going to shake nations. That surprising news is not just for you. It's for everyone connected to you. When it arrives, you will be a sign. You will be proof that heaven hears. You will be evidence that prayer works. They said it was impossible. They said it was too late. But now, watch what I do. The miracle will happen in your very home. Not in a church. Not in a public place. But inside your house. Just like the angel passed over the doors of the Israelites, this angel sent to you as instructions to enter your dwelling and deposit the promise. Archangel Michael is watching. He is ensuring that no foul spirit, no toxic person, no old pattern will block this. You've had enough stolen. You've cried enough nights. You've wandered in confusion long enough. This moment is divine. This moment was prophesied. You didn't just find this message by accident. Heaven timed it. Heaven delivered it. And now you must open your heart fully. Believe again. Expect again. Hope again. Heaven. Speak life. Speak the promise. Stop rehearsing the pain and start rehearsing the prophecy. What I said will come to pass. Archangel Michael says this is your spiritual emergency broadcast. Ignore the noise. Cancel the doubt. This message is not entertainment. It's sacred. It's your lifeline. You have one task right now. Prepare your heart to receive. Don't scroll away. Don't silence this word. Because it carries power. It carries weight. And it is targeted at the exact root of what's been hurting you. You've questioned me. You've wondered why I stayed silent. You asked me why the good suffer. You asked me why the wicked prosper. And I say this to you. I was never absent. I was never blind. I was building your foundation. I was stretching your faith. I was refining your spirit. Because what I'm about to give you requires strength. If I had given it too soon, you would have broken under the pressure. But now you're ready. Now your spirit is prepared. Now your character has matured. And now I will open the floodgates. Your phone may ring soon. Your email might contain unexpected news. A letter could arrive. A stranger might speak a word that jolts your spirit. Don't ignore the signs. Every sign is sacred. Every delay had meaning. Every attack only positioned you. Every betrayal only cleared the path. You lost people because I removed them. They couldn't go where I am taking you. They were not assigned to your promise. Some of them loved your weakness but feared your strength. They would have sabotaged your miracle. That's why I let them leave. I let them walk away. Not to punish you, but to protect the prophecy. The surprising news coming into your house has your name on it. It's coded in heaven. It cannot be delivered to anyone else. It won't be delayed another year. I am not giving you a taste. I'm giving you fullness. No more crumbs. No more almosts. No more near breakthroughs. No more maybe next time. This is the time. This is the moment. Heaven is already on the move. The divine postal service has already dispatched it. Michael is guarding the delivery. And no matter what opposition tries to rise, the miracle will reach you. You may feel unworthy. You may wonder why you're being blessed. But let me remind you, you are not being rewarded because you were perfect. You are being rewarded because you never stopped trusting me. Even when you were tired. Even when you were scared. Even when you failed. Your heart stayed open. Your soul kept reaching for me. That's why I'm rewarding you. Because I love you. Because you are mine. Breathe. Exhale the worry. Inhale the promise. You are safe. Nothing will go wrong. I will be with you in every step. Your enemies are scattering. Their plans are falling apart. Their plots are exposed. The traps they set for you will become their own cages. Because I am God, and I do not play when it comes to my children. You are not just protected. You are prioritized. I have spoken your name in the ears of kings. I have released favor on your behalf. And soon, very soon, you will see the fruit of all your faith. The surprising news is not only about money. It's not just about promotion. It's deeper. It's about your healing. Your peace. Your relationships. Your restoration. Your name being cleared. Your voice being heard. Your dignity being restored. Your joy returning like a flood. That's what's entering your house. Joy. Peace. Unexpected confirmation. Healing so deep it will undo years of damage. Favor so intense it will confuse your enemies. This isn't fiction. This is prophetic. This is sacred. This is now. So lift your head. You've mourned long enough. You've waited long enough. The new chapter begins now. And I, the Lord, walk with you. Through the valley. Over the mountain. In the silence. In the storm. I never left. And now I will show myself strong on your behalf. Prepare to receive.